when I was doing business, we had a problem. One Singapore-based supplier was not delivering. We were not getting, and in those days there was no internet and email, or we were sending telex messages, and we were not getting any reply. So I sent a young engineer to Singapore. So he went there and checked into a hotel and went to the company. And they were giving very evasive answers. So it looked like he was not going to succeed. So he came back and he was sitting in his hotel, and next day he had booked his flight back. So he was looking quite dejected. And the Chinese manager of the hotel saw him and said, what happened? Any bad news? So then he said, yeah, I came for a mission. I failed. What happened? He said, this is what happened. We are not getting our money. We are not getting our advances lying with them. They are not supplying. So that manager heard him out and wrote on a piece of paper, this is the number of the nearest office of the Singapore Board of Trade.
Okay.
You go there and file your complaint. So our young man was from India. So he said, yeah, file the complaint and then my grandchildren may see the result. He said, no, you go there and talk to that person and he may be able to help you. So he said, take along your file also. So he had a file with all the documents. So he went to that office and that official heard him out and said, do you have the following documents, the contract? He said, yes, sir, I've got it. He said, can I take copies of that? He took copies. Then he said, please go back. Then he said, I'm scheduled to leave tomorrow. He said, can you postpone your departure by 1 day? He said, yeah, I'll do it. So he moved his flight to the next day. That evening in the hotel, the managing director, head of manufacturing, and the chief accountant of that company, Singapore company, was sitting in his hotel room, pleading with him to withdraw the complaint. And so he said, no, we just want our money. We don't want you don't want any prosecution. So he said, no, sir. They were saying to him, no, sir, it's not just prosecution. They will shut us down because they will say that you are a disgrace to Singapore. You're spoiling the name of Singapore. We don't want people like you in Singapore. So not only will he be prosecuted and put in jail, his business will be finished. It will be just shut down. So I'm saying, in our country, unfortunately, there is still no consequences for bad behavior. So bad business behavior, bad official behavior, everybody gets away with it. It's not just official. Business. Even business people who welsh on contracts and slide out of contracts and, India is very well known because the judicial system works very slowly. We have to change that. And one way Kerala can try to start differentiate itself is if we say that we have, for example, that if you have a complaint on something, the Chamber of Commerce will help you. We will get you. So you don't have to go in and out of a court. We will help you. We will use out-of-court settlement. So that I'm saying these are all, it's not just government. I think the whole society has to get together. Business community has to get together. And civil society and the local government, everybody has to. If we get together and say, do business with people, do business with a Kerala-based business, or come and do business here in Kerala, because you have dispute resolution mechanisms, everything will be solved in a civilized manner and not with the danda and with the, and bribery and corruption and all that. I think that's one very effective way to change the Kerala story.
The story about Singapore reminds me of a story that I heard. This was narrated to us by Mr. Shiv Khera of You Can Win fame.
Yeah, I've heard him.
Organized a training program, 1-day program here. So he said that he has one office outside of India, which is in Singapore. And the reason he says he set up shop in Singapore, he says that the first time he arrived in Singapore, he took a taxi. And the taxi was supposed to take him to his hotel. I don't remember the exact figure, but let's say $10 was the payment, was the tariff on the meter. And he paid $10 and that person returned $1 back to him. And Mr. Khera asks the driver, why is it that you're giving me $1 back? He said that on the way to the hotel, I forgot to take a particular left turn. So I had to go around the block to bring you here. He said, but it doesn't matter. How does it matter? And I don't know to what extent this is true or to what extent it's embellished, but he says the words of that driver were that I consider myself an unofficial ambassador of the state of Singapore. I'm the first person you meet when you arrive and the last person you see before you leave. So I go out of my way to make people comfortable. I think that's a great attitude
It's a great attitude.
to have.